My husband slept with his younger brother's girlfriend, but seeing him take care of our daughter is making me double think leaving him. Hello. My sister-in-law said that I might get some good advice from people who have been through something like this, so I'm going to try. My husband and I are both in our 30s. We have 2 young school-aged children together, one of who has ASD. We both work, go on family vacations, have date nights every week, and have a healthy sex life. We are not struggling with money, and as far as I knew, our marriage was fine. On Saturday night, my husband and I were over at my in-laws' house for dinner. His younger brother, mid-20s, came about halfway through dinner and began screaming at my husband. Apparently his girlfriend, they've been together a few years, she's a few years younger than my brother-in-law, admitted that her and my husband had slept together last summer in our pool house, while me and our children were sleeping in the house. I'm not going to go into details about the fight. I told my husband I didn't want him coming back home that night, and I was going to stick to it. However, like I've mentioned, our oldest daughter has ASD. She has a very specific bedtime routine that involves her father. Yes, we have a system for when he's going to be away. That night at bedtime, I tried to explain to her that Daddy couldn't be there that night, and she screamed no matter what I tried. Finally, after 3 hours, I told him to come and put her to bed. She insisted on sleeping holding him. The next day, I tried to tell her Daddy wouldn't be home that night, so we had to do their away routine. And she had another meltdown, refused to do it. Her therapist said she knows what's going on and knows her dad and I are fighting. I didn't want her father at home yesterday, so I tried to put her to bed again myself. Another meltdown, and her father ended up having to come home. I hate that she needs him, because seeing him be a good dad is making me double think leaving him, and working through it for the kids. But I don't want to be one of those women who just lets her husband do whatever he wants and always takes him back. I am riddled with guilt that I might be making my kids' life so much harder. I don't want to be selfish. I want our family to be together. And now in the comments, I have no real advice, but a man can be a good dad and a shitty husband. Seems to be the scenario here. Find a balance, and at the end of the day, change is a factor in life, and your daughter will have to learn to adapt. It will be rough at first. Best of luck to you. He's also a shitty brother. But he's a wonderful brother-in-law. Jokes aside, he's not good to your daughter if he literally just destroyed his entire family by being a selfish twat. You don't have to be with someone for your child to benefit from their parenting. No reason to subject yourself to not only adultery, but clearly a philanderer with no boundaries to where he philanders. Plenty of amazing single parents out there have commitment issues. Agreed. To OP, it will be tough, but your daughter will eventually adjust. You should not let him back into your life. Not only did he cheat on you, he screwed with his younger brother's relationship, and per your old post, for a period of time to boot. That being the case, I sincerely think you need to grit your teeth, keep your chin up, and bring this evidence to a divorce lawyer. Bring your daughter to therapy to help change her routine. This is better for everyone involved, including your kids, than a relationship where you were so justifiably resentful. You would feel awkward every time you saw that family. You need time and space to heal, and I don't care how remorseful he was. If it wasn't enough to stop after the first, second, third time, and with his brother's girlfriend, both of them are screwed in the head, to be honest. Just because someone is a good father doesn't make them a good husband. Your daughter can adjust when he's away, she can adjust to him being away more often. You aren't making your kid's life harder. He did that when he screwed his brother's girlfriend, so he's a shitty husband and a shitty brother. And now onto the update. Hello, my last post was 2 weeks ago, although it seems like a lifetime. Things are luckily much easier. I told my husband to leave the house, and I have spoken to a divorce lawyer. We will work out a custody arrangement once his apartment is suitable for our kids to stay at. My daughter is adjusting well, thanks to her team and actually my soon-to-be ex-husband's brother and sister. They have been absolutely amazing, giving us so much support and help. I guess her uncle is close enough to her father that she really enjoys when he helps out with the nighttime routine. Again, thank you for all of your kind words. I know there isn't much info in this post, so if there's anything I didn't mention, I'll answer in the comments. Now in the comments, news on the brother. I felt bad for him too. He's doing okay. He's upset about what happened obviously, but I think he'll be okay. Did he break up with his girlfriend? Yes, he did. Now that is a happy end. He can still be a great dad even when you are divorced. So congrats on getting that started and moving beyond the sunk cost fallacy. Congrats on you for not being a doormat. We see too much of that on this sub. If you eventually get back into dating, I'm sure you'll find plenty of great guys out there who will accept both you and your kids into their life. Edits. Also, please note that your kids will model your behavior in their own relationships. Taking no crap and not accepting cheating will help them reach the same conclusions when they start dating. Also, while some may joke about hooking up with his brother, I think this will only add drama to your life. Although that being said, please keep him in your kids' lives, as he sounds like a great uncle, and strong family support systems like him are worth everything in the world. I'm so glad to hear that his brother and sister are helping you out. Are the soon-to-be ex and ex-girlfriends still together? And have your mother-in-law and father-in-law been helpful to you? OP says, no, they were never really together more than just the incident. My mother-in-law and father-in-law have been very supportive. Yes. What an awful experience. The years of work this family will have to undertake to unravel the betrayal, hurt, and needs of everyone is daunting. Good luck to all involved. Awful for everyone, but I just feel so terrible for the daughter with ASD. Trying to understand the changes in her routines, then the massive and painful upheaval of her life, and all of the structure that she knew. I'm glad by the end she seemed to be adjusting, but my heart went out to her. What a horrible experience, but what a blessing that her brother-in-law and sister-in-law have stepped up. I wonder what goes through someone's head when they risk their whole lifestyle to get their dick wet with another family member. Arrogance that they just don't think they'll ever be caught or see consequences? Massive kudos to both parents though, because they have obviously set their daughter up with the external support that she needed to weather any storm. It is not unreasonable to think that non-autistic kid could have the same reaction to witnessing a huge screaming fight amongst their whole extended family, and then their mum telling them dad wasn't coming home. A kid that age isn't stupid, so I'm glad they have been supporting her all this time, and are continuing to do so. Our next post is titled, Girlfriend called me disgusting and accused me of cheating for using a fleshlight. So my girlfriend and I have been together for 1 year. Last night I tried initiating sex with her, but she told me no. No big deal. I went to our room to masturbate. She walked in on me and saw me with my fleshlight. She started screaming at me, telling me that I was disgusting for even owning something like that, and that it was the same thing as cheating. I tried to tell her that she has toys of her own, but she told me those are not the same. She left crying and went home. I tried texting her, but she's not responding. What do I do? Now in the comments, quote, I tried telling her she has toys of her own, but she told me those are not the same. Yes they are. She says that since it's easier for me to achieve an orgasm than it is for her, I shouldn't need a toy. Lamau? She's really reaching there. She doesn't get to control your masturbation. This crap is ridiculous. She's literally being insecure about a goddamn fleshlight as if it's gonna take her man. She's wrong and a hypocrite. If she's allowed to have and use toys, so are you. And who's allowing toys for masturbation? What I do by myself with my body is my business alone. Crap, dude. I buy my man fleshlights. If it was cooking his dinner and he was taking it on dates, I'd be pissed, but it's a frickin' piece of rubber shaped like a puss. She sucks. A fleshlight is a masturbatory aid, just like a dildo or vibrator. It is not the same as cheating, and she has to change her perception of that, especially if she uses toys herself. How long have you been dating? I'm not sure you can convince her it's not cheating if she doesn't see the parallels already between yours and her sex toys. And OP says, we've been dating for about a year. She said that my toys and hers are different because it's easier for me to achieve orgasm than it is for her. Whoa, yikes. I think this whole situation needs some time and space. I'm sure she was not expecting to see that, and it probably hit a bunch of insecurities for her. Give her a little bit of space to process, and hopefully she'll see that she kind of overreacted. If she doubles down on this though, I'm not sure I could handle a relationship with someone who was that insecure and controlling about sex and masturbation. And now, on to the update. Since the last post got a few questions that I didn't make clear originally, I thought I'd clear them up first. Why did you call it our room if she later left to go to her house? We both have our own places, but we both spend so much time at each other's that we call the bedrooms our room. Why did you leave her alone and go masturbate if she was visiting your house? She had been here since Friday and wasn't supposed to leave until Sunday. Since we had a few days left, I didn't think it would be a big deal to go and take care of myself for a few minutes and then come back to her. Didn't she know that you have a fleshlight? I don't use it often because I find the cleaning to be kind of annoying, so it's a every few months kind of thing for me. It didn't come up before this. And now to the update. Yesterday, she contacted me for the first time since she left and asked to meet up. When we did, she reiterated all of what she said. She felt that using a fleshlight was cheating, that it was disgusting for me to own one, and that I should have tried harder to convince her if I was in the mood. According to her, fleshlights are objectifying towards women, and that men who use them are pathetic. I asked her how it was any different from her owning a dildo, to which she replied that dildos are normal, while fleshlights are just weird. She expected me to apologize if the relationship was to have any chance. After hearing her call me disgusting twice now, I didn't feel like apologizing, nor that I was in the wrong, and that the relationship had any chance. We broke up and went our separate ways. Talk about double standards. And she's 31, female? Going on 13. You know she's gonna go around telling people he loved his fake vagina more than me. OP, prepare yourself. It blows my mind that someone would prefer to be coerced into sex by their partner rather than them just taking care of their own needs as necessary. This poor girl has a lot of confusion and negative experiences ahead of her. What a shame. She actually said that you should have tried harder to convince her. What happened to no means no? She chose to not participate, and you attended to your needs the way you wished to. A fleshlight was the method you used. What would she have said if you had just used your hand? That you were cheating on her with yourself? The try to convince her thing is what got me. Seems like him respecting her no and taking care of himself is a hell of a lot better than trying to pressure her when he's in the mood. That double standard though, awful all round. Super weird. I can't believe a woman is like, how dare you masturbate? You should pressure me more. That seems like a recipe for resentment and a really unhealthy dynamic where he has to convince her to have sex every time, and there is no clear boundary around just not wanting to, and that being okay, and the other partner needs to deal with that in whatever way they find appropriate. Honestly, I think breakup is a good outcome for OP because it seems like a manipulative dynamic of I control when you are aroused, and the toy is just whatever she's latched onto so she can avoid saying, how dare you jerk off when I say no to sex. I bet if he had been using porn or a dildo or something else, it would be the same reaction. She's insecure and wants to be the hill his attraction lives and dies on. I've known guys who are like this with vibrators or previous lovers, etc. I have a feeling this wasn't about toys at all. This seems like the girlfriend wanted out of the relationship and wasn't mature enough to just end it. She had to make it his fault somehow. If she wanted out, why would she reach out to OP to ask him to ask her forgiveness? I mean, I guess some people are just nonsensical. I don't think there is a lot of logic from her regardless of the truth, but I took it as, look, I tried to forgive him, I am so magnanimous, but he was the one who didn't apologize properly for his heinous act. People who pull this have to make themselves the victim, or she was truly, genuinely that stupid of a hypocrite. Also possible, lol. Our next post is titled, Am I the asshole for telling my sister the real reason why my parents haven't come to see my newborn son? So me, 26 male, and my boyfriend, 26 male, had a baby less than a couple of weeks ago. My boyfriend is trans, born female, then transitioned to male, but I knew him for years before he came out, and I was in love with him all those years. He was too. That didn't change after he came out, but it was a lot to mentally process for me. We had a drunk one-night stand, and he found out he got pregnant. We are together as a couple raising our son. My family knows everything about this, but they are huge transphobes. Before we got together, they had lots of negative opinions when he started making changes. It bothered me so much. Then I told them that we were having a baby, and they lost their crap. A few months ago, they seemed like they came around until they said maybe motherhood will change her mind. And yeah, I didn't want that crap around us. We had a fight. I told them they are not allowed around our baby until they accept my boyfriend and keep their crap to themselves. They haven't contacted me at all, even after my son was born, so that told me they don't want to come around. My sister doesn't know about our fight. She was really excited to become an aunt, so a few days ago she came to meet him. When we were talking, she said how our parents haven't come, and I let her. They told her that I supposedly wasn't letting anyone meet the baby for a few months because my boyfriend said so, but I told her no. It pissed me off that they tried to put the blame on him, so I told her everything, and she was of course mad, and she even called them outside to yell at them. The thing is, my sister is like their golden child. They care way more about her and will do anything to be around. Like when she moved for college a few hours away, they moved too. Everything is for her. So she was so mad that she stopped talking to them, and now they're mad because my sister is pulling away from them for how they are being with us. The reason they think I'm the asshole, and why I'm wondering if I'm the asshole, is because this was a separate issue between me and them and didn't involve her at all. But now she's involved and doesn't want anything to do with them, which they are super devastated about. I don't know if I made the right move telling her why. I'm very mad at them, so to them, it comes off as petty telling her knowing how she would react. Am I the asshole? Now in the comments, not the asshole. They are transphobic. They chose their sides. Also, your boyfriend must be dysphoric as hell from being pregnant. Give him extra support. Nope, no way, no how, not the asshole. Bigots don't get to hide. Call out every bigot you see. They did this to themselves with their own backwards thinking and attitudes. Lol at didn't involve her at all. The second that they lied to her, she became involved, even before you said anything. Totally not the asshole. Look, on some level, I can't blame them for lying to her. They knew they were being assholes, they knew she wouldn't approve, and they didn't want her to be mad at them. But you have no obligation to back up their lie. Not the asshole. Your sister was lied to by them. They got caught in a lie, a huge one, and I have no idea how they were expecting it to end. You did nothing wrong, and your sister is probably seeing another side of her parents. Moving when she went to college sounds excessive. Were they trying to control her? You were never required to keep secrets to protect the guilty. Well done on your sister for being supportive. She is sibling Ing right. Stay close to her. She sounds worth it. And mazel tov on that baby. Give him a kiss and a belly zibbit from me. And now onto the update. I know it's been a while since posting this, but wanted to leave a happy update. Well, bittersweet, but more sweet than bitter. Thank you for the support on my post. It sucked at first, feeling like it was me that ruined the relationship my sister had with our parents. In order to ease some of the stuff I was feeling, her and I talked. As much as my parents' transphobia pissed me off, I honestly didn't want her to feel like she had to pick sides. She didn't even let me finish talking about how if she wanted to keep a relationship with them some point down the line, even if it doesn't include me or my sons, she's free to do that. All she had to say about that was, hell no, and that they are not true family if they can't get past their bullcrap for my sake or their grandkids, and she was so disgusted with them. My sister was really cool letting me know this is all on them, 100%. It helped me to have that reassurance, so I'm glad we were able to talk it out. She had her own thing about feeling sad about the whole situation, so for a while, she was coming over a lot to watch my son while me and his daddy had some alone time. She basically pushed us out of our own place because she wanted auntie/nephew bonding time. My parents are blocked everywhere. We haven't heard from them in over a month. She's done trying to reason with them, so neither of us have any communication. Of course, that brought the wrath of the rest of our family, but once they heard why, they backed off a bit too. Aside from that drama, we are happy. My son has got an auntie that loves him so much. Also, my boyfriend and I, or should I say husband, got married last weekend. A small courthouse ceremony, but it was still just as exciting and wonderful. My sister was there for support. Then we celebrated at my husband's family's house with our son. Not gonna lie, there was a moment when my thoughts were on my parents, but then I reminded myself that they are the ones actually missing out. My sister being there as my support and reminding me every time that this was all their own fault helps me not to feel too sad about it. My family is what is important in the end. And now in the comments, it's heartwarming to, for once, hear about a golden child who has got their head on straight and has a good relationship with their sibling. And OP says, she was treated like the golden child but never acted like one, and it never affected our relationship. I am very grateful for that. Yeah, that was my brother too. I was the scapegoat, but our mum being how she was, just drove us closer. I still thank him for helping raise me on Father's Day, and he calls me on Mother's Day. A very wholesome update. Sorry your parents are massive assholes, but I'm so glad that you have your sister there for you. Congratulations on getting married. Wishing all four of you the best. And OP says, yeah, at the end of the day, it's them who are missing out. I've got my husband, our son, my sister, and his whole family as our support. Truly blessed to have these wonderful people in my life. Thank you. We are so happy about it. All week, anytime I look at him, I'm going, yeah, that's my husband right there. Friendly PSA that hormone replacement therapy is not birth control. The effects on fertility are highly variable. If there's a chance of sperm meeting egg when you and your partner have sex, then there is a chance that you'll become a parent. I would imagine pregnancy would be a pretty intense period of dysphoria. I can't imagine that plus insane in-laws. It's a very case-by-case thing. Just imagining being pregnant is enough to deeply upset me, but others feel differently. I don't experience any dysphoria in any way, but with reproduction. This is a prime example of, you have the freedom to say whatever you like. That doesn't free you from the consequences of your words and beliefs. OP's parents can pretend this has nothing to do with anyone else, but it involves their whole family. How awful. I can't imagine choosing some backwards bullcrap religion or bigotry over my kid's happiness and a relationship with my grandkid. Madness. Alright guys, and that's where I'm going to end today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought about it down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.